Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Holy sh... Oh, this is hopping. Oh, I'm going down Indiana Avenue. I just couldn't... Holy crap. That guy's got a baseball bat. I don't know if you caught that. Oh, what is happening? So a buddy of mine, Tom, wrote me once, and he said, "You'll find all the homeless and squalor and crime and fentanyl and drugs that you crave for in your videos in Albuquerque, Nick. It's so bad, they have the state police stepping in to help us out. We have ultra-liberal city council members and a mayor, and they're all running it into the ground. Truly, this city's a treasure trove for your videos, so come on down." Another buddy, Nate, told me, "Typical blue state crap runs wild here, Nick. Crime, dysfunction, violence, chaos. It's like the Wild West." What? Now, I didn't know it when I first started researching this place, but I learned that Albuquerque's the 20th most dangerous city in the world. That is just crazy. And the stuff I saw and documented when I was here can't even be monetized on YouTube. Okay, so this is the part of town that everybody said is the worst. Everybody said if you want to see the worst of it, you drive down Central Avenue in Albuquerque. So I came down here to kind of see what the perspective is. How bad is it really? Are these people crazy? Do they have any perspective on how bad it really is? I've seen the worst sides of this country, so I'm going to be the judge of if this is indeed as bad as people say. Statistically, it is. So far, it's not that bad. I hadn't even got to the bad part yet. You just wait. What a mess. God. All right, it's coast clear. Coast is clear. All right. So right behind me where oh, what's going on, man? Coast is not clear. What's up, man? Can I ask you a quick question? They say this part of town's like super dangerous. Like, I was just getting quotes from people who live around here that could tell me like what they've seen or how bad it is.
Stick around at night and find out.
That guy just said, stay here at night and you'll find out. Right now I'm in the International District in Albuquerque, and it is super shady in here. I said I wasn't gonna come back to this area or do this again, but here I am. They call this the war zone. Uh-oh. Which I might be worried about because I don't have my bulletproof vest on. But according to the internet and current statistics, this is the 9th most dangerous city in the country. Look at that. Even more dangerous than New Orleans and Oakland and Houston. My God. So I'm gonna drive around here and look at things and try to talk to people. Homie just told me it's not that bad right now, but you just stick around at night and see. So I might have to drive around here at night. I don't really ever do that, but I think I'm going to. And here comes some crazy looking people, so I'm gonna have to wrap this up. So I'm gonna drive around right now and see what I could see. This place is actually, it's pretty active. It smells really bad too. So Albuquerque has trouble all over the city, but the really bad stuff is mostly here. The International Zone. It's a little pocket. It's about 10 minutes east of downtown. They call it that because there's immigrant communities from all over the world here. Vietnamese, Laotians, Native Americans, Guatemalans, Mexicans. There's a lot of Mexicans. When Albuquerque first exploded in population in the 1950s, all of the lower-end motels and all the cheap apartments, those sprung up on this side of town. This was the original sprawl. So this side of town was cheap, and the migrants came here, and they opened up businesses, and they raised their families here. Uh-oh, though. By the 1980s, the criminals came here. And in 1990, it was so bad here that everybody started calling it the war zone. Here's an article about the place from 1991, when they first called it a combat zone. The article talks about hookers, a loose-jointed carnival of sex, drugs, and booze. I don't think it's changed much. It's just worse. At one point, the city even put barriers up in this neighborhood to make it harder for criminals to get in and out of here. What? So depending on who you talk to, some people say that the homeless people, the number of homeless people is growing. And some people say, oh, it's maybe not as bad as it used to be. There's still a lot of homeless people here in Albuquerque, or houseless, as the progressives like to say, or unsheltered, or domestically challenged, or whatever the term is. But people say a lot of them show up from Los Angeles, Texas. They just, where do you want to go? Get out of here. And they give them a bus ticket, and a lot of them are saying New Mexico now. It's an untapped market-ish. There's a lot less competition out here than in Los Angeles or Austin, and it's warm, and they give them what they need. So a lot of people are coming here for that. I hear the cops treated this area as a foreign city under military occupation back in the day. That's how they defined it. When Facebook first started, some police officers here, they got into trouble when they posted that their job was human waste disposal. And it's not just this neighborhood. Look at the Albuquerque crime map. Oh my God! Albuquerque was called the 20th most dangerous city in the world. I'm not kidding. Look at this. You got South Africa, Venezuela, a bunch of Brazil, and then there it is. More dangerous than Colombia. Just a little bit less dangerous than Tijuana. All right, here's another troubled area over here. I'm gonna just lay low and hopefully don't get spotted. I don't need any trouble. They say the city spent millions on this problem. Imagine that, and it's not getting any better. It's just getting worse. Mental illness, drugs. The cops won't come in here and deal with them. There's plenty of help for these people. They just don't want to do it. But you know the story. They just want to just be out here and live their life like this. They don't want to try to get any help or take advantage of shelter or job placement or counseling. They just want to live out here and do drugs. So this is one of the areas here. This is probably the hottest block I've found so far, where I gotta just keep looking behind me and making sure that nobody's driving by or coming up behind me. My door's locked, but these people are crazy. Absolutely nuts, a lot of them. And old Nick used to just walk right up and talk to him. God, now I don't even want him to even see me sitting across the street. It's not worth it. But it is super shady. There's a lot of people coming and going on bikes that are walking by that just look like drug users, drug sellers, troublemakers, stealers. Some guy just drove by and looked at me. The old man was like, "What are you doing sitting here?" Oh my gosh. And the latest trend out west is they're actually enforcing the law. That's right. They're telling people that they can't camp in places. They're enforcing camping bans. They're arresting people, putting them in shelters, basically just trying to get them off the streets. They're tired of the way it looks. They're tired of the smell. They're tired of people complaining. A lot of the big cities out west are having a huge time with people moving there, and one of the big reasons is because it's just there's bums everywhere. Who would have thought? So we're going to see if that's a trend that lasts for a long time, is enforcing camping bans and kind of trying to get people off the streets. It's working. They are getting people off the streets, or at least out of public view. A lot of them are moving up into the mountains or into other places, but they're not really as visual as they used to be out west. And I think that's something that Albuquerque's working on too. And all of that stemmed from the Supreme Court ruling that said that cities can make homeless camps illegal. It used to be that you couldn't tell homeless people that they couldn't sleep outside, and the Supreme Court said a city can do that. So a lot of cities are like, finally, so they're actually enforcing the law, and they're telling people you can't camp here. Supreme Court said. All right, they're not gonna like this very much, but here we go. This street is pretty freaking shady. Oh damn. Oh my God. Oh shit. Damn. All right, I'm gonna have to come through here at a different time of day because you can't really see very well what's happening, and I do not want to roll the window down. A lot of people were pretty bummed when they took away their COVID bennies, so they didn't really do much afterwards. They got a bunch of money and lived for a year or two, and then no more COVID benefits, and now there's no incentive to work around here. Everybody's hiring. There's just a lot of these people don't want to work. Nope, I'm gonna lay around and do this. They do not like to be filmed, and I don't blame them. Well, yeah, I mean, you know, it's not my fault. Oh, what was that? A few pigs and a bunch of people that are just... I used to go into these homeless camps and film, as you know, but I don't do it anymore. A big part of the problem here, it's not just fentanyl. I mean, housing costs here have gone up. Now, I'm not saying that any of these people actually owned homes, but housing costs have gone up by a ton here in New Mexico. Everybody went out to Colorado and Texas and Arizona and Utah and Montana and Idaho. And a lot of people kind of didn't come to New Mexico, but now they're starting to move here, so housing costs have gone up. They've gone up by more than 50% in basically just the last 7 or 8 years. Back in 2018, a house was $200,000, and today it's about $330,000 in Albuquerque. So it's just about the national average now. It used to be cheap here, and it's not. That has a little bit to do with what we're seeing, but not a ton. So a buddy of mine told me that it feels like you don't really live in America anymore with all the illegals in town. But now that Trump's in office, he said that things are a little calmer. He thinks that maybe people are laying low or have self-deported. People aren't breaking the law as much. They're not running speed lights and causing crime. So that's good. All right, I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna make a left up here on this really shady street. I'm gonna make note of the name of the street so that I can try to find somewhere to fly my drone. This is actually pretty freaking shady. It's not a huge area. I mean, it's not like it's like a huge part of town, but man, what is here is, it's like having like a really small roster, but all grand slam hitters. Like your entire lineup can hit one out of the park at any time. This is kind of a good look at what I just drove past. Man, this is freaking bad. Oh my God, look at all the shoes. All right, this is one of the other streets. I don't think they even come down this street and monitor anything. I mean, God. What street is this? I'm gonna have to come back. There's people just standing out dealing drugs in the open. Oh my goodness, what is happening right now? God, this is bad. I'm not kidding, this is really bad. Oh God. No one's even paying attention to me. I think that they think I'm looking for drugs or some shit. Indiana Street. Now, as somebody who covers political opinions and dives into the messy reality of social issues, I'm no stranger to online harassment. People who don't like what I have to say attack me in the comments or online or even on Reddit. But you can say whatever you want about me online, but in real life, I value my privacy. That's why I use Delete Me, the sponsor of this video. Delete Me helps protect my personal information. Things like my phone number, my home address, and even details about my family. They help protect that from being sold by data brokers for profit. I don't want some random person, just because they disagree with my politics, knowing where I live. Even if you're not a public person like me, recommend protecting your privacy and your data. Having your personal information out there makes you an easy target for scammers and identity thieves. Delete Me is the solution for removing your data from the web. They offer a service that removes your sensitive data from hundreds of online data brokers. I've been a Delete Me customer for a year now, and I have peace of mind that they're constantly removing my personal data from the web. Delete Me removes your personal information from data broker databases. For around $100 a year, they take care of everything, so you don't have to do it yourself. You should try Delete Me. Go to joindeleteme.com/Nick Johnson and use Nick Johnson at checkout for a 20% discount. That's joindeleteme.com/Nick Johnson. Or you can just hold your phone up and scan that QR code that's on the screen. I also put a link in the description below. Thanks, Delete Me, for sponsoring this video. So I'm not sure what's going on here. So right here behind me is New Creation Church. This was supposedly the only safe space in Albuquerque. They had a bunch of shelters in here behind the fence, platforms, little mini houses where people could live and get off the streets and have a safe space. It was the only one in the city. It's not here anymore. I read about it. I came here to show it and talk about how the city was making progress with this. No idea why it's gone. I can't find anything on the internet to tell me that why it's gone. It looks like the fence is still up. There's nothing in there. So I'm a little disappointed because I wanted to show you, I've seen these temporary safe spaces all over. Denver has a really good program where they have taken people off the streets and give them a safe place to go, and water and food and bathrooms, and they can clean themselves up and stay off the streets and get off drugs and get a life and get a job and all that stuff. And it's gone. And you're gonna have to be patient with me because I'm doing two things at once. Trying to film and look around everywhere I go, because it's like there's shady people everywhere here, and so I'm trying to do my thing and watch my back and not get I don't know, this is really difficult. Anyway, that was a good story to this that I was going to tell, and it's not a good story right now. So let's drive around and find more bad stuff, I guess, because that's what you guys want. And then right across the street we have this going on. These people are just straight up open drug using all over, and it's just like, oh, look at this guy. There's this lady here. Sorry about the camera moving around. So right across the street from where they used to have their homeless camp to help these people This guy's just totally wigging out on the side of the road right now. Has no idea I'm even looking at him. Oh shit. And people are looking, they're looking at me. Why am I looking at him? But they're not even paying attention to him. It's almost like it's just a normal day. What in the hell? I've never really, I probably have seen that, but it's been a long time. It's poor people. God, that just, when you see that up close like that, man. And people were just looking, like, not really even at him. They were kind of looking at me, like, why are you looking at him? It's just shady, shady, shady. All over. That was about the most tragic thing I think I have seen up close, and I've seen a lot. This guy's yelling. This is pretty bad, I do have to say. And here I am in my Nissan Rogue. Sometimes I drive a badass car and I look like a cop, and they don't mess with me because they think I'm just doing some surveillance or something. I do not look like a cop in this car. I do look like a cop though, I have to say. But that was bad. That was super sketchy. I mean, that guy was just straight up having I don't know what drug he was on, but he was very clearly having a moment, and just on the side of the road on a random block in Albuquerque. And oh my God, I'm gonna turn around and show you what's behind me back there. This is bad. This is super bad. You can't see it. I'm gonna have to turn around. Oh my God. Had to turn around and do like a couple of U's in the side of the street. The good news is, if you're doing this, that cops clearly aren't enforcing anything, so it's not like they're gonna get mad at me for doing an illegal move. So this is another area here. We're on the corner of Central and Wisconsin. I've got a pretty good vantage point here, so I'm gonna sit tight for a second and hope that nobody comes up on me. Just 20 more people standing around. God, man. Doing drugs, sleeping, hanging out. And then across the street here are a bunch more people. This is another bad block here. This is super bad. I don't think I've seen this bad since Austin, Texas, but this feels sketchier and more widespread. And then this poor lady right here is just walking her dog, just trying to get by in life. And she's got to deal with all this stuff over here. All right, somebody's coming up on me. So I'm gonna try to go across the street and get this a little bit. This is super freaking shady. Oh my God. Holy crap. Oh my God, somebody's got like a knife out. What the? I mean, I saw a machete. Somebody was holding a machete. Look at this. Somebody was holding a machete up to somebody that was overdosed, like up to their neck back there. And then this guy is just out. You can kind of see behind me what's back there. Oh my God. Let me try to zoom in. I don't even know what's happening here. What in the hell? Oh boy. I mean, every time I turn a block, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna drive around, and then I see a block like that, and they're all the same. There's about 30 or 40 people in some state of selling or using, just desperation, sad, pockets dirty, angry. I'm not going back down that street. That was bad. This country, and I say it again, you know, and I used to harp on it. Why are we giving all this money to Ukraine and all these other countries? Well, you know, I would hope that the new president who's talking about taking away all of the money that we're spending on other countries is going to actually address this, because we have a huge need and a huge crisis right now in this country, as everybody knows. But You know, if we're going to take money away from all the over budget and all these other countries and all this stuff we're spending on, all, you know what it is, the Doge stuff, all the stuff that they're finding. There's clearly a need. I mean, we could spend billions here and fix this problem by building freaking houses. I don't know, get these people off the streets, get them counseling, get them drug rehab. Just make it like a triage, right? Where you just grab these people and you just hold them down and sober them up and slap them in the face and talk sense into them, and hopefully they'll get motivated to get their stuff figured out. Because there are hundreds and hundreds of people that I have seen on the streets here. So let's take the money that we're saving and we're not spending it in all these other countries and spend it on us. America first, Albuquerque first. I don't know. You know what? I mean, Albuquerque has spent millions on this. Los Angeles has spent millions, and I mean, they spend money. Maybe money doesn't matter. Would money do much? You could build houses. I don't know if these people would burn them all down. You could certainly hire a bunch of people to come and try to get these people sober, but who's going to want to do that job? I wouldn't want to be near these people. They're unpredictable. I don't think you could hire enough people across the country to try to counsel these people and sober them up. Why is the international zone so bad? Why don't they go in there and fix that shit?
I don't think they care. I don't think they care, and I think it's kind of like a conspiracy of as far as population control. Like, why out of sight, out of mind? Why go stir it up? For what? Or we're just not ready to do it. And then you go with the parents that don't want to take care of their kids. There's young kids. It's not just older. It's young. It's all.
Everybody's got a gun here, I heard.
If you don't have one, you're crazy. But then it's the little kids that are running around shooting everybody. They passed recently, I think they're either trying or they passed a bill that they want to start charging 16 and 17-year-olds as adult because they're running around just shooting everybody, robbing everybody, and there's no consequences. They get a slap on the wrist, they get a couple years probation, and then they go play video games and Grand Theft Auto and all their little games that they play in the D-home, and then they get out and it's look what I did. I got my stripes. Now I'm gonna come and start causing more havoc. Well, we just produced a killer. We didn't do anything to him. Like I was saying about the recidivism, it's crazy, and it's not even to do to jail. It's just out here in the streets. It's from one generation to the other generation to the other generation. There's nothing for them. And then in that area, it seems like it's like what you heard about stories of Chicago, where some kids never made it to the lake in Chicago because they can't go from block to block to block because they'll die. Some of these kids only know that's their whole world is the international district. That's it. Unless somebody else comes out and takes them out.
A lot of people say that Albuquerque is kind of the center for the drug trade because you have I-25 and I-40 that come together right here. I-25 comes up from Mexico and I-40 goes across the country. So there's a lot of drugs that move through this way, north, south, east, west. And so it's just a crossroads for the drug trade. That's part of the problem. They come here and cut the drugs, split it up, bag it up, and then distribute it off to the rest of the country. Some people told me that 20 years ago, you'd call 911 and they'd actually come, and now they don't come in a lot of Albuquerque. That sucks. This dude is looking at me, and I feel safe enough that he can look at me and be like, "What's up, homie?" But I'm across the street. "What's up, dog?" I can get away. So if you want to look at me, you can look at me. Probably shouldn't be doing this, but the dude on the left is looking over here like, "Why are you filming me? Why are you looking at me, looking at you, looking at me?" They're throwing up some stuff, or they're all janked up. I don't know. It looks like he's rolling a joint. Weed's legal here, which, I don't know. Some people say adds to the problem, maybe because it brought in additional lowlives that want to, party or whatever. I don't know if that's true or not. These dudes are just clearly smoking something. you can definitely get away with smoking shit because nobody knows what you're smoking. And there's all kinds of shady stuff going on back here. This dude's having a hard time over here. This is just one block in Albuquerque's war zone. Whatever, there's an airplane coming in. But yeah, this is just one little section. I mean, there's hundreds of these people. The people I talked to were right. This is pretty sketchy for quite a bit. And all these illegal immigrants are a big part of the problem. There's a bunch of illegals in Albuquerque. And as we know, a lot of them are dangerous criminals coming up from Guatemala and El Salvador and Mexico and all the other places. And they're not very nice people. Gotta send them home.
Better call ICE.
What do you mean?
Instead of Saul, we should call the feds.
Okay, so you think the problem's with border and immigration then, Mappy?
Our people are weak, and drugs coming in from other countries makes us weaker. We should blow China up.
We can't blow China up, Mappy. But we should send all these people over to China, just drop them off and let them deal with them. Driving around on Central Avenue, the dude told me I needed to come back and see how bad it was at night, and this is Central again at night. And we're coming up on that area that I saw earlier in the day. And I was told that there were prostitutes and druggies and just all the worst dregs of society that walk up and down Central Avenue at night in Albuquerque. And so I had to see if it was true. Those people are doing some probably naughty things. Oh yeah, this is the street. Lots of activity. There's a lot going on that you can't see that I'm seeing down the... Oh, there's just people just freaking passed out on the side of the road. Oh! Cops are already buzzing. I mean, there's just people sitting on the side of the road. It's really sad when you see, especially a woman sitting by herself with a blanket on the side of the fucking road. Man. I think most of these people are up to no good. All right, we're coming up on that block that I was going to try to fly the drone on, Indiana Avenue. Dare I go down Indiana Avenue? I know YouTube wants me to go down Indiana Avenue. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Holy shit. This is hopping. Oh, I'm going down Indiana Avenue. I just couldn't. Holy crap. That guy's got a baseball bat. I don't know if you caught that. Oh, what is happening? There's somebody passed out right there. Cops driving by. Okay, well, hey, there's a cop right there, so I feel safe. There is a lot. This is active. Man, what the hell? I'm gonna follow the cop. Then I can... It's just, I mean, people just sitting on the side of the road doing God knows what. And that's a cop up there that just turned left. I just might follow him. He's probably gonna lead me to it. Yeah, that was like end of the world shit back there. There was people with baseball bats laying on the ground. Oh, I got maybe some activity here. This could be a whole nother video, just the nighttime part. I'm gonna follow this cop. See what happens. They're not gonna mess with me when I have a cop in front of me. Oh, this guy got pulled over. Damn it, there goes my leader. Now I'm on my own. There goes my road dog. All right, well, he's... Uh-oh. We got all kinds of stuff going on. They got this dude locked down. It's gonna be a bad day for him. How you doing? Oh, that was a prostitute. She's walking right towards the cop. All right. All right, I'm on my own. All the cops are locked up on that truck. Let's see what else we can see. Goodness. The war zone indeed. Is that a cat? If I go left, I think there's a bunch of stuff going on down here, but most of that crazy shit was going on up here. I mean, look at, oh my God. Now I gotta roll the window up though. I'm not that crazy. I'm gonna try to show, I think this is Indiana. Yeah, I'm gonna try to show the guy with the baseball bat that was looking at me like, do not even think about it. He's up here on the right. I mean, it's just, look at that. I never do these nighttime drives. They probably think I'm just looking to buy drugs. Oh, baseball bat guy's not there. Oh, look at there. Doing that. There's people just passed out on the side of the road. Crackheads walking in front of me. This is going on here. That might be baseball bat guy. I'm not sure. Oh, look at this poor security guard. God. Oh, I can only imagine what he has to see and do. They don't pay him enough. God. Oh my God. It's like Zombieland in Mexico. There's somebody else getting lit up. All right, well, I actually have to say there's police everywhere. I did not see any police at all first in the daytime. I didn't see a single cop, and now they're everywhere. So I actually feel pretty protected because if anybody were to do anything, there's cops everywhere. So at least they're trying to keep this locked down. But that's pretty much just a little taste of Albuquerque at night. Central Avenue in the war zone, Saturday night, and it's only 8:45. I don't know if it gets worse. I'd imagine it probably does. Oh my God. If I had the ability to dress up, I do have the ability. If I had the guts to dress up like a crackhead and wander around, I could probably win an award and just embed myself in that culture for a weekend. The things I'd learn and see and do. This seems to be where all the action is, at the smoke shop. Man, this is just absolutely terrible. They're like actively using drugs right in front of me. Well, not in front of me, but they're just like literally like shooting up right now, all of them. The worst of American society right there. So we are in the heart of the International District, right in the heart of the war zone. All right, now we're gonna go into the bad neighborhoods. And I'm gonna show you what those look like in the rain, because I'm mean like that. Yeah, the drug use here is just absolutely out of control. New Mexico's the worst state in the country for drug use. Maybe you didn't know that, but it's true. It's teenagers using drugs, fentanyl junkies, adults on pain pills, crack. But everybody's high. I mean, you smell weed everywhere you go. It's pretty dangerous and sketchy in here. I hear that kids in this neighborhood robbed the ice cream man at gunpoint. And the Uber delivery drivers get harassed. There's all the little markets and stores around here. They got robbed so often that a lot of them just shut down. And the gangs, there's 111 different gangs in Albuquerque. 80% of the gangs in here are involved in drug trafficking. Does that surprise you? They say there's 61 Hispanic gangs in Albuquerque. 61. MS-13, Los Conos, Las Migras, all of them. I heard that the Crips moved out here from LA because they were pressured out of LA by the other gangs out there. So they moved out here and they were like, hey, you know, we should set up new turf. And LA actually was enforcing the law. I know, surprising, right? Los Angeles actually enforcing the law. But apparently they ran the gangs out of LA, or some of them, and so a lot of them settled out here in Albuquerque. And these houses are really cheap, as you can imagine. This is about the third day I've been driving around in the bad areas, or just parts of the third day. I haven't seen a single cop. Last night I saw a ton of cops when I was driving around in the bad part of town. They were everywhere, but during the day I don't see any cops.
And there was a Jeep Trackhawk, I think that's what it was, that was getting chased by the state police. All the way from the freeway, they came all the way down. Well, he hit the little curve right as soon as he came over the river and smashed right into this kid, what is it, the daycare, the old Payless shoe store right here. And there was, I don't know, like maybe $200,000, $300,000 worth of cash just all over the place. They ended up finding like 250,000 pills of fentanyl. They found them in a bag inside the thing. There was just, everything was just everywhere. The car was just ripped the door off, ripped the engine was smashed. A young kid tried to run into here. I pulled a gun on him. The pills have come and just taken over.
And you got people out here janking in your parking lot.
Oh yeah, right here. They're smoking fentanyl. Older men, women, men and women. They look normal. They're at work. They come over here for lunch. They smoke their pills. They eat their things, I'm assuming, or get a drink, and then they take off. There's a lot of drug deals that happen here. A lot. What are you gonna do? You're not a cop. They're gonna come back and retaliate against you. So you just mind your own business. But majority of the time, they come back here and park and do their thing. They smoke their stuff, and you gotta boot them out. But then sometimes it's kind of scary to go up to a window that you can't see inside, because are they gonna shoot back at you? And then you get into a fight with somebody, hepatitis, what is it, C, hepatitis B, or
all of them, yeah.
All the heps.
And you guys don't even sell straws here. Nobody even sells straws.
We give them straws when they get a drink. Nobody's really asked us for straws. But if you go to the convenience stores, you could just get a straw just like that. Over there, they don't give you a straw just like that. You got to ask for it. And then the guy across the street, that guy sells crack pipes and all kinds of shit. So it's just whatever makes them money. And now they send counselors around with the cops to try to counsel these guys. You know what? Sometimes people, a lot of them guys, you have to talk to them very stern. You have to yell at them, cuss at them. You have to talk to them in their way so they understand, so it breaks through. If you're sitting there with little hands and, oh, let me help you, let me give you a hug. No, that shit's not gonna work. Those people are too far gone that you have to smack the shit out of them and get them back to reality.
And that's just sad. The clinic in here, like the urgent care, has a metal gate around it to keep people out. This neighborhood was called the worst in the city for health and well-being. It's probably not a surprise, right? These poor kids that live in here. Shout out to the teachers that deal with this, that serve these neighborhoods. They're heroes. Thank you for your service. The only way to get out of here is to fight through the cycle. Go to school, stay out of trouble, stay out of gangs, break the cycle, because it's kind of generational in here. No guns, go to school, learn, try. It can be done. Oh, I always love seeing former police cars that somebody's bought parked in the hood. That's when you know you're in the hood, when you see old cop cars. And in case you're wondering, it's about $175K for a house in here. And if you want to move here, I know a realtor in Albuquerque that would love to sell you a house in here. So email me and you can live in the International District for an affordable price. But about a third of the people in here rent. A lot of people in Albuquerque are not able to buy a house. I bet everybody in this neighborhood rents. Last year, rent was about $1,000, and it's already about $1,500 in a year. That's still cheap, but I mean, it goes to show you that people are even moving to Albuquerque and New Mexico in big numbers. There's nowhere affordable anywhere, really, unless you want to go to the middle of the country. And people say that apparently human trafficking is a big deal. El Paso is about 5 hours away down I-25. So human trafficking is a really big problem. I think Albuquerque has the most human trafficking of all cities, I think I read. But yeah, human trafficking is a huge problem in Albuquerque. And a lot of it goes on in apartments like that. Cartels are doing a real big business here. It's in all the neighborhoods, actually. You might have the Sinaloa or the Juarez cartel right next door. You don't even know. Maybe they live in those apartments or they run the auto body shop that you go to. And hopefully our new administration is going to kick the cartel out for good. Stop all the money laundering. And clean up our streets. Yeah, look at the debris from last night. The party. I bet that bird's gonna get high. Just picking up all the little crack crumbs. So, but here you go. The International District, the worst neighborhood and one of the most tragic states, probably one of the worst neighborhoods in the country for gangs and drugs and poverty, violence. Now, from what I've heard, things in this part of Albuquerque seem to be improving. God, I hope so. People told me that a lot of the low-end part of town has been replaced with family businesses. And other parts of Albuquerque have improved. So maybe this part of town's going to go through its own revitalization. Albuquerque's growing. It has potential. It's cheap. It's warm. Just like everywhere else in the Southwest. They just need to figure out how to make this all go away. But as you probably heard, this is all just getting worse across our fine nation. Until we can shut the borders down and actually start to prosecute people. And give everybody here some purpose. if they even want it.
Cut the recidivism. Stop it. Stop it. Stop the young ones. It's the young ones. Maybe we might lose a couple. It sucks. We shouldn't lose anybody, but we might lose a couple because they just don't want to do it anymore because they're just so in and they're embedded into that shit that they just don't want to stop. But we can stop the little ones. I know these after school programs. We can do things to, I don't know, man. Then you do that. It takes a whole community. It takes the whole community and the city. The city doesn't want to do shit. They don't want to do nothing. They come out, they clean shit up, they show up, they take the cameras out, and oh look, this is what we're doing. We're doing this. This is for Albuquerque. We're trying to do this. This is an everyday thing. It's not just one day. Every day, and you start it from the morning into the nighttime because they still got to go back and live next to those fuckers. Mm-hmm. They don't just get to go home. Tupac says it. You guys might come and go, but I have to stay here and live next to the killer, to the murderer, to the rapist. I got to live next to these people, and nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit. It just, you don't see the effect until it shows up on your doorstep, till it touches you, till it touches your family, till it touches your kids. That's when you start to see it. That's when you want to, oh, now I want to do something. Well, it's either a little bit too late, that's what people say. It's not too late. It's not. Are we going to lose everybody, or are we just going to keep going back into the same thing over again and over again, over again, over again? Why? Let's stop it.
Well, hey, Nick Johnson fans. So YouTube's pushing this whole membership thing now, and I think it's great. So I set one up for this channel. If you want to be a member on this channel, you can only do it on your computer right now. They make it hard for some reason. So go and hit join right there, and you can support the channel and join various membership tiers. I'm excited about it because I'm going to post all sort of behind the scenes content, extra interviews, fun mappy stuff, bonus songs, and more. Just some extra stuff that doesn't make it onto the main channel. So think about becoming a member. Huh, everyone?
You should join. I did.
Are you looking to move and need advice? I do consulting. That's right. I'll sit down and talk about where the next perfect place for you and your family should be. I do it all the time. Together, let's find you a new home that's safe and checks all your boxes. And I can also help you find your new house, too. Email me and I'll work with you on not just helping you figure out where to move, but I can help you find your perfect home, too. That's right. I know awesome, reliable agents all over the country, and I'd love to connect you to somebody who can help you search for that perfect home. And if you want to buy some Mappy gear, click the store link on my homepage. From there, you can check out the latest merch. There's hoodies, coffee cups, stickers, and shirts. Show off how much you love Mappy and support the channel. And I'm on Cameo too. If you want me to send you or somebody you know a personalized video message, go to Cameo and search Nick Johnson YouTube. It's fun.
Hey YouTube world, I'm Sage, Nick's manager. You've enjoyed a Corner House Entertainment production, so watch another one.
Hey guys, if you learned something new about America or what it's like to live in America, great. You should think about subscribing and turning on your notifications. You can also click one of these videos or playlists for more.